You know that graveyard under your oak tree where literally nothing survives? Yeah, that cursed patch of dirt that mocks every single plant you've tried? Well, turns out you've been fighting the wrong battle this whole time. What if I told you there are plants that actually prefer living in those exact nightmare conditions? Stay with me because by the end of this video, that dead zone is about to become the most interesting corner of your entire garden, and your neighbors are going to lose their minds. Hey there, garden friends. Welcome back to Timeless Gardens, where we prove that incredible gardens don't require incredible budgets. If you're new around here, you just stumbled into your new favorite gardening corner of YouTube, so get comfortable. We're all about real solutions for real gardens, no fluff, no selling you stuff you don't need, just good old-fashioned dirt wisdom that actually works. Today we're tackling one of the most frustrating problems every gardener faces, those stubborn bare spots under trees that seem immune to life itself. Now before we dig in, do me a quick favor. If solutions that save you money while making your garden absolutely stunning sounds like your kind of content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free, it helps this channel grow, and honestly, your future self will thank you when you need to figure out what to do with that weird soggy corner by the fence. Alright, let's fix that bare spot problem once and for all. Alright, let's talk about why this space under your tree has become a plant cemetery. Most people think it's just the shade causing the problem, but here's what's really happening. Your tree is basically a giant umbrella with a massive straw stuck in the ground. Not only is it blocking sunlight, but those roots are guzzling up every drop of moisture before it even reaches the soil surface. Then factor in that trees literally create their own rain shadow, meaning even when it pours, barely any water makes it through that canopy. You're dealing with a triple threat. Deep shade, bone-dry soil, and root competition. No wonder your petunias threw in the towel. But here's the beautiful twist that most gardeners never discover. There's an entire category of plants that evolved specifically for these exact conditions. Think about forest floors in nature. They're not barren wastelands. They're lush, layered, absolutely thriving ecosystems. The secret? These plants have learned to bloom early before trees fully leaf out, or they've developed strategies to capture whatever filtered light makes it through. They're efficient water users with roots that politely coexist with tree roots instead of fighting them. Basically, they're the ultimate survivors, and they're about to transform your problem spot into your favorite view. Now, I'm going to share 5 perennials that genuinely thrive in dry shade, and I'm not talking about those plants that simply tolerate these conditions while looking half dead all season. These beauties actually put on a show. But here's my promise to you. I'm only recommending plants I've personally seen flourish in these tough spots, or that I've heard consistent rave reviews about from gardeners who know their stuff. No theoretical nonsense, just proven performers. Plant number 1. Epimedium, but let's call it by its way cooler name, barrenwort. Despite that unfortunate common name, there's absolutely nothing barren about this plant. Epimedium is basically the overachiever of the shade garden world. In early spring, before your tree even thinks about leafing out, this plant sends up these delicate little flowers that look like tiny fairy caps in colors ranging from soft yellow to pink to white, depending on the variety you choose. The flowers seem to float above the foliage like little dancers, and honestly, they're mesmerizing. But the magic doesn't stop after blooming. The foliage itself is next-level gorgeous. Heart-shaped leaves emerge with bronze and red tints, then mature into this lovely green, and in fall, many varieties give you another color show. Some types are even semi-evergreen, meaning you get winter interest when everything else has clocked out for the season. The best part? Once established, epimedium spreads slowly to form a dense ground cover that chokes out weeds. It's drought-tolerant, deer-resistant, and requires virtually zero maintenance. You plant it, you walk away, it thrives. That's the kind of relationship we need with more plants. Plant number 2, Brunnera, also known as Siberian bugloss. If you want that classic cottage garden vibe in a spot where cottage gardens have no business existing, Brunnera is your plant. In mid to late spring, it produces clouds of tiny blue flowers that look remarkably like forget-me-nots. That soft blue is pretty rare in the shade garden, and it creates this dreamy, almost ethereal effect under tree canopies. But honestly, you could grow Brunnera for the foliage alone and still feel like you won the garden lottery. The leaves are these gorgeous hearts, often splashed with silver markings that practically glow in low light conditions. Varieties like Jack Frost have leaves that look hand-painted with silver veining. In a dark corner, this silvery foliage reflects whatever light is available and brightens the whole area. It's like installing natural mood lighting. Brunnera tolerates dry shade once established, though it'll appreciate occasional deep watering during brutal heat. It's also remarkably slug-resistant compared to hostis, which is huge if you're in slug territory. Hey, quick pause. If you're getting value from this and thinking, okay, I can actually do this, go ahead and smash that like button for me. It genuinely helps more gardeners discover these solutions, and drop a comment below telling me which plant you're most excited to try. I read every single comment, and I love hearing about your gardening wins. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time. We've got so many more budget-friendly garden solutions coming your way. Plant number 3. Lamium, commonly called dead nettle. Don't let that name scare you off. Despite being related to stinging nettle, lamium won't hurt you, and it's far from dead. This is one of those plants that looks expensive and high maintenance but is secretly tough as nails. The foliage is the main attraction here, featuring silvery white centers with green edges, creating this bright, almost luminous effect in shade. Some varieties have chartreuse or golden tones that add serious pop. In late spring and early summer, lamium produces small hooded flowers in pink, white, or purple. They're not massive showstoppers, but they add a nice bonus. What makes lamium absolutely perfect for under trees is its spreading habit. It creates a dense mat that covers ground quickly, suppressing weeds while looking intentional and beautiful. Unlike some aggressive spreaders that make you regret your life choices, lamium is controllable. If it wanders too far, you just pull it back. It roots shallowly, so it's not competing hard with tree roots, and it actually prefers drier conditions once settled in. This plant basically asks for nothing and delivers constantly. Plant number 4, Heuchera, better known as coral bells. Alright, this one's a bit of a celebrity in the gardening world, but there's good reason for that fame. Heuchera has been absolutely transformed by breeders over the past couple decades. You can now find foliage in practically every color except true blue, deep purples, lime greens, peachy oranges, silvery pewters, caramels, and every combination you can imagine. Some varieties have ruffled edges, some have veining that looks painted on, and some shimmer with a metallic sheen. While Heuchera does send up delicate wands of bell-shaped flowers in late spring or summer, most gardeners grow it purely for that stunning foliage that provides non-stop color from spring through fall. The secret to success with Heuchera in dry shade is variety selection. Newer hybrids tend to handle heat and drought better than older types. Look for varieties specifically noted as heat and drought tolerant. Plant them where they'll catch dappled light rather than pitch-black darkness, and they'll reward you with bold color that makes your shady spot look anything but sad. They're also evergreen in many climates, giving you year-round structure and interest. Plant number 5. Geranium macrorhizum, or bigroot geranium. Not to be confused with those annual geraniums in pots at the garden center, this is a true hardy geranium, and it's an absolute workhorse. Bigroot geranium gets its name from its thick, gnarly rhizomes that store water, making it exceptionally drought-tolerant once established. In late spring, it produces masses of pink, magenta, or white flowers that cover the plant in this cheerful blanket of blooms. The foliage is semi-evergreen, aromatic when brushed against, and turns brilliant shades of red and orange in fall before persisting through much of winter in mild climates. This plant spreads steadily to form a weed-suppressing ground cover, but it's never aggressive or invasive. It handles root competition like a champion, actually seeming to enjoy the challenge. Deer and rabbits leave it alone thanks to that aromatic foliage, and its incredibly low maintenance. Plant it, water it a few times to get it settled, then forget about it. Seriously, it's that easy. Now here's the thing nobody tells you about planting in dry shade. You can't just dig a hole and drop these plants in. Well, you can, but you won't get the results you're hoping for. The soil under mature trees is often compacted and depleted. Before planting, work some compost into the top few inches of soil. You're not trying to dig deep and sever tree roots. You're just improving the surface layer where your new plants will establish. Water consistently for the first growing season. Yes, these are all drought-tolerant plants, but drought tolerance comes after establishment. Think of it like this: you're giving them a strong foundation so they can be independent later. After that first year, they'll need far less attention. A layer of shredded leaf mulch helps retain whatever moisture does make it to the soil and feeds the soil as it breaks down. Just keep mulch away from plant crowns to prevent rot. Here's where this gets really fun. You don't have to pick just one of these plants. In fact, the most stunning transformations I've seen involve combining several of these together. Imagine Brunnera's silver foliage with deep purple heuchera and the bright variegated leaves of lamium creating a tapestry of textures and colors. Add epimedium along the edges for its delicate flowers and spreading habit, then weave in some big-root geranium for seasonal blooms and fall color. Suddenly, you've created layers, interest, and a space that looks thoughtfully designed rather than accidentally barren. That once hopeless patch under your tree? It's about to become the spot that stops people in their tracks. These 5 perennials prove that limitations in the garden are really just invitations to get creative. Dry shade isn't a death sentence, it's an opportunity to work with some truly special plants that shine where others can't. If this video helped you see your challenging spots differently, make sure you're subscribed because we're constantly tackling these real-world garden problems with solutions that don't require a trust fund. Drop a comment and let me know what your toughest garden spot is. I might just make a video about it. And hey, share this with a fellow gardener who's been staring at their sad, bare tree circle wondering if there's any hope. There absolutely is. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and remember that the best gardens aren't the ones without challenges. They're the ones where you learn to turn those challenges into something beautiful. Happy gardening, friends.